Hey Leo, Mariah here. I'm going to go ahead and get into your general readings for January, mid-month January. Let's see what's going on with you and what you need to know. May I have a card here, Spirit? And I apologize in advance for Lucky. You probably will hear him in the background playing at some point. But what does my Leos need to know? You know, when I was meditating before I cut on the camera, I was hearing this song. I don't remember. I think it's from the Sound of Music. I could be wrong. But Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Leo, if I'm going to be direct with you like I always am, you are the mountain. You are your own biggest critic. You are your own biggest blockage. You are your own biggest hindrance. And you know this, right? But I'll say this to you specifically, Leo, because what's on the other side, what's on the other side of that mountain is something that you've been asking for, looking for, you've been desiring. We have cancel, clear, and release on the bottom, and we have romance and connection. What you want is on the other side, but you are your biggest blockage here, Leo. And if I can just kind of go to the I hate when this happens. But if I can just kind of go veer off to the left with this, Leo, I really have to ask you about self-sabotage, not in the sense of what you do consciously, but I mean on the unconscious level. And when I talk about self-sabotage, you know, in this mountain that you have to climb and you have to get over to the other side, it's not about mastering the mountain, but it's about mastering yourself. There's this energy here, Leo, that I keep feeling from you. And again, I'm just going a little left. But there's this energy here, Leo. It's like you start progressing, you start making forward momentum, you start making forward movement, but then some key trigger happens within you where you kind of backpedal or you backtrack or you feel like you've lost progress on going towards something. And it really comes back to self-sabotage. Leo, can I tell you something else, please? If I'm just being super direct. There is a need for you to really understand that what you're about to achieve on the other side of this mountain really does require self-mastery. It really does require you putting systems in place so that way when you do feel like you're backpedaling or backtracking, that you always have a baseline to go back to. Because I get this. There's somebody here. Okay, sorry. Why be afraid of your success? Not saying, ooh, success, I'm scared. But there are certain psychological patterns that will start to show when we're on the brink of achieving something really great or once we've achieved it. We're not used to that new level of lifestyle or living or that new achievement we just made or conquered. And we always tend to go back to our baseline of comfortability. When you enter a new territory or a new zone here, Leo, because it's unfamiliar, even if it's a positive unfamiliarity, we tend to still go back to our baseline of what we're comfortable with. So we achieve something that we have and we may start to exhibit old patterns or old behaviors. We start to exhibit certain traits that allows us to slack off, that pushes us back into our comfort zone instead of staying in that place of momentum, accepting and embracing our accolades and continue to move forward. I'm just getting this energy of somebody that tends to move backwards. And it's self-sabotage, and I don't think it's being done consciously. This feels like it's an unconscious process that is happening for somebody. It's like I make movement, and then I start going back into my old patterns, my old ways, or, you know, I don't have certain systems in place to sustain and maintain this new accolade, or it's uncomfortable because there can be so many different things here. I'm not going to get into it, but it can be uncomfortable when you have achieved a new level in life. And I would have to say to you, Leo, it truly is about the mindset. You have to know how to, once you achieve what it is that you want to achieve, how to really sustain what it is that you've achieved. Again, I just had to go left because that is for somebody. And you got this. You truthfully do have this, Leo. You truthfully do. But on the flip side of that, when you receive this reward or this blessing or these accolades, embrace it. When you receive what's on the other side of that rainbow, embrace it. And now kind of bringing it back into this energy of the cards, For some of you mid-month, love is an importance for you. And this isn't a love reading, but it's here, right? So I have to address it. Love is an importance for you. I would say to you, Leo, some of you, I would hope all of you, but I'm going to say some because it is a general reading. You guys are going to be entering into a very healthy relationship. You're going to be meeting somebody and you'll be having a healthy relationship with them. However, Leo, the thing about this is that if you're used to certain dynamics in relationships, if you're used to certain toxic relationships, if that's all you seen growing up, or if you didn't have the appropriate references or resources, or you didn't see true, genuine love in the household, love with no conditions, not love without boundaries, but love with no conditions. If you didn't see that, there's this energy of you potentially fumbling what it is that's coming in for you for love that is a healthy relationship, but because you don't have the systems in place to acclimate to that new experience in love, I get the energy of you backtracking here, Leo, and I would say be careful because you are getting a blessing, but it is uncomfortable to get comfortable with the unknown. It is uncomfortable, especially when you haven't received the kind of love you want or received the kind of prioritization that you wanted, or you haven't seen somebody genuinely love you and love you correctly or appropriately. It may feel uncomfortable. It may feel like a bit creepy crawly in the skin, you know, especially when somebody's giving you a lot of time and attention and being of service to you. It can feel a little bit uncomfortable, and I just have the energy of somebody, because it is uncomfortable, the potential to self-sabotage it because you go back to your baseline. That's how we operate with human psychology, right? We always go back to the level of what we're comfortable with. And until you start to increase that baseline of comfortability, you always go back to, you know, the bottom of where it started from. Sorry, I had to get that out. Tell me more, Spirit. What does my Leos need to know mid-month, January? Mid-month January for my Leos. Learn how to start getting comfortable with the uncomfortable. Immediately. Because this is not going to feel comfortable to you. Yes, it's going to feel great at first. You know, whatever this is for you, it is highlighting love. But even if this is in work, career, finances, right? There's a need for you to get comfortable with the uncomfortable. You are deserving, and I don't think you think that you're not. I think psychologically how we're programmed, though, we tend to go back to what's comfortable. And when you enter new territory, whether good, bad, or indifferent, we want to run back to our comfort zone because we're not used to that. There's something that you're going to be entering into, Leo, whether it's a relationship or career, finance, anything of that nature, that you're not really comfortable with because it's an experience you haven't really had before. And it's a positive experience, but don't sabotage it. I just have to say that. So we have radical honesty and spirit self. To believe in the facade is to suffocate in the armor of alienation, self-defeat, and self-denial, and be who you are as you are. I love this. This is kind of like reflective back to you when we look at radical honesty here. Because, Leo, what is it within you when it comes to forward momentum, going after what it is you want? If you were to look at, how can I put this? If you were to look at a specific area in your life where you know, okay, I want to achieve this, or I want this kind of love, and then you got it, right? You obtain it. When you're honest with yourself, this is asking, what shortcomings within me, or what are my misalignments, or what things that I need to review within myself that could potentially be a hindrance towards this new opportunity that I'm achieving. There's a need, and oh God, I'm sorry. You know, I just be going to laugh. And I feel crazy. Sorry, but there's just a strong need here, Leo. Like, if I'm being super, super honest, there is a strong need here. We can't point the fingers outside. We can only take accountability for ourselves, but there's a need for you to assess and evaluate yourself mid-month January, because what you've been wanting, what's on the other side of that mountain, what's on the other side of the rainbow, whether it's this romantic connection that's coming in for you, or whether it is some opportunity in life, you have to critically assess within yourself what hindrances or shortcomings that I possess that will potentially fumble or allow me not to sustain what I'm about to achieve. I promise you, Leo, if you actually sat and fully picked apart the brain, I mean, truthfully, escapulated. Yeah, escapulated. I think that's the word I'm looking for. But if you really did, really take apart everything and really assess oneself, you will start to see certain areas or patterns or conditionings that become roadblocks for you, where you get the desired outcome, but you can't keep the desired outcome. There are certain things that Spirit is telling me to highlight it back to you. There are certain things, Leo, that you have to be honest with yourself and embrace your truth. I'll even give you a little one about myself. I'm very ambitious and very motivated, but I'm very lazy. And I do have a tendency to, when I know something needs to happen, I tend to procrastinate. That's my hindrance. And that's what I know once I start to achieve what I want in life, that will be my roadblock. That's something that I need to work on and fix within myself. So I'll flip it back to you, Leo. When you look at yourself, January, mid-month, Spirit is asking you to really review and evaluate things within you that damn, this is the way I operate, or my comfort zone, or the certain systems that I have in place aren't conducive or aren't working for me. They worked for your old self, but you're going into your new self. You're going into your new life. You're going into your newest version. And because of that, it calls for transformation and rebirth. It truthfully does. So the new you, the new life you're going into, you can't keep the old systems you had in place from the past you. So you have to transform. And in this process of what's happening for you is transformation. But what's happening for you through this transformation process is Spirit is saying, hey, while you're transforming into your new life, while we set up the physical aspects of your new life in the 3D, you have to do the inner work so that way once it's presented to you, you know how to keep it. Strongest message here, Leo. We got the Lovers. 4 of Pentacles in the reverse. Tell me more for my Leos mid-month. Knight of Pentacles in there. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Lovers, 4 of Pentacles in reverse. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. 2 of Wands, 7 of Cups, and the 9 of Wands in the reverse. So, the Lovers. Again, some of you are receiving a romantic connection that will be coming in, whether it's mid-month or it's coming out of the month of January, but this month you really need to do, mid-month you really need to do evaluation. But the Lovers here. Sorry. The Lovers is here. So there's something that is divinely destined for you or being divinely pulled into your life, but the 4 of Pentacles in the reverse and the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, there is a need for you to release all things within oneself that are not practical, that are not best serving you, right? You need to release the aspect of comfortability. The 4 of Pentacles in the upright, it's the miser of the tarot, but he's very comfortable with holding on with those pentacles. He can't let that go. It's needing to release whatever keeps you stagnant in your comfort zone. Whatever is keeping you stagnant and keeping you in this comfort zone, that has to be released. You are being brought into a new version of yourself. You're being transformed into a new version of yourself, and the future of who you will be and the life that you will have is literally right there on the horizon. 2022 is a really big year for you, but you have to decide, are you ready and willing to transform, die, and rebirth yourself into a new, to go down your new path and be able to sustain it due to releasing things or patterns or conditionings or spaces that are comfortable for you that prevents you from taking that new path? Or do you stay comfortable in what you know? Do you stay comfortable in certain behavioral patterns, right? Where you start making momentum and you're going into new territory and it's unknown, it's uncertain, it doesn't really feel safe, you don't know what's happening. Human psychology would tell you humans don't like the unknown. We like predictability. You're going into a space that's going to be a little unpredictable for your highest good. You're getting what you want. But if you want to, you can stay comfortable and not move towards what it is that you want. So 7 of Cups, 9 of Wands, you really need to make a decision here, Leo. You really need to evaluate and assess. Again, going through the mind, really looking at certain things that you may hold on to emotionally, psychologically, mentally, that causes blockages for you. Because on the other side of these clouds, again, is truthfully what it is that you want. But you got to go through the fog and mirrors. You got to clear out the smoke. And that's the spaces in the mind that allows you to repeat certain things that, again, does not serve you. 9 of Wands in the reverse. You can't get to where you're going if you got blockages. You can't get to where you're going if you got blockages. And yes, Leo, you've been through your fair share of SHIT. You have. And, you know, when we go through our fair share of, one of our coping mechanisms is to go back to, again, what's comfortable. Needing to release that. You're no longer this Leo. It's like you still have this double life going on. It's like you still hold on to the old you. You still remember who the old you is while trying to move forward in the new you. You're still you're existing between two planes here, Leo, for me. Who you are, what has made you. Some of you, survivor mentality. And on the other side, it's you in the life that you want, being free, feeling light, but you're carrying both and you can't take both into a new life. You got to release the old, Leo. You got to release the old. So let's get one more card for you. I feel like this reading was all over the place. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry, Leo. A personal issue reaches resolution. Okay? So you got it. You're able to do this. I think with this energy here, it lets me know that you have the willpower, you have the mindset, and you have the capability to overcome whatever this thing is for you that can keep you stagnant or that can slow down your progress, or once you're making momentum or movement, you may backpedal into your comfort zone. Whatever that is for you, I do think you are going to find a way to really release that and put that on the side and put that on the back burner. Because you have something, again, whether it's a relationship and old patterns of what you exhibited or certain behaviors, or because you are moving into a healthy relationship, you're not comfortable with that kind of energy. It's unknown, it's foreign, so we have the tendency to self-sabotage. I do think you're going to release that, or if this is in regards to finances, career, you are going to release anything that is holding you back, especially with that energy here. So Leo, you got this, okay? You got this. I believe in you. I absolutely believe in you, Leo. So I am going to leave your reading here. It's been an absolute pleasure to read for you, as always. As always. If you want to watch some more Leo content, there should be some videos appearing on the screen now, or you can watch all things Leo on the channel. If this is where I leave you, Leo, I love you to pieces. As always, you know I do. You are amazing. You be safe. Drink your water. Stay hydrated. Be blessed. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.